Obadiah was essentially saying that there's pride in Edom in Esau's generations, and that they were building themselves high and they're trusting in their own strength, and God was going to bring them down low. So it got me going down this road of pride and looking at pride, and I think that's like a huge thing in our walk, and especially in the Hebrew roots walk, it's pride. And you can see that by the bickering that happens because everybody's right. So a few of the words for pride: down, meaning arrogance; presumptuously, proud, swelling. Then thou, to pull up, seed, act proudly, act presumptuously, act rebelliously, be presumptuous, be arrogant, be rebellious, proud. And then the paleo for that word, I love looking at it. I'm trying to understand what the word is, so I look at the letters. Gimel means to lift up, aleph, which means strong, and he means what comes up. So, and then you bring them together as, to lift up strength. So essentially, pride, and the most basic meaning is that I'm lifting up my strength. I'm bringing up the strength of Nathan instead of bringing up the strength of God. So, this is going back to Obadiah. So this is what happens to them, or why God says that they have pride. I skipped a few verses, and that was talking about their punishment. And then here it talks about why God is angry with them, why he's essentially saying they have pride. It says, "For violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off." Remember that verse. "The day that you stood on the other side, and the day that strangers carried captives his forces, when foreigners entered his gates and cast lots for Jerusalem, even you were as one of them. But you should not have gazed on the day of your brother, in the day of his captivity, nor should you have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, nor should you have spoken proudly in the day of distress." So essentially what he's saying, that Esau saw that Judah, his brother, or Israel's brother, was going through trials, and he stood on the other side and said, "Oh, I see him going through trials." He deserved that, right? he deserved that, what he's going through. I'm kind of lofty over here. I'm not going through anything. He is. And that's the pride of Edom. So keep going. It says, "You shall not have entered the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Indeed, you shall not have gazed on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. You should not have stood at the crossroad and cut off those among them who escaped, nor should you have delivered up those among them who remain in the day of distress. For the day of the Lord is upon all the nations, is near. As you have done, it shall be done to you. Your reprisal shall return upon your own head." When I'm reading through this, it's just like, we see these people are going through stuff. And not only are the people that do we listen to those who are essentially breaking these people down, but we join in. We go in and we take their stuff as well. We go and break them down even farther. And it's not just for the glory of God, it's to build ourselves up. So essentially that's what he's talking about, this pride of Edom. He's saying whenever we are holding this judgment on them, that one day we'll all stand before God. One day all of us will stand before him, and then we'll all answer for this. So this was my reminder. So then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start trying to look at pride a little more. It's definitely something that we all struggle with, and that's one thing I would just mention. I'm a messenger today. I don't have this right. Like I haven't got pride all of my life, so you might hear things say, "Well, Nathan, I see that you might have that too." I'm just going as a messenger. So this, my verse markings are gone. "For as you drank on my holy mountain, so shall the nations drink continually. Yes, they shall drink and swallow, and they shall as though they had never been." This is a continuation of Obadiah. I have to ask Matt what he did with my slides today. 1 John 2:15-17. "Do not love the world and things of the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it. But he who does the will of God abides forever." So the first, like one of mentions that you think of in the New Testament about pride. And the three things it combines with is the lust of the flesh. So something we see all over the place. That's what we see in the world is constantly plastered everywhere is beautiful people. Beautiful people. We're going to praise these beautiful people, and we're going to make them not wear anything. And everyone's going to look at them, and it's all about this. The lust of the flesh. Oh, and the lust of the eyes. We automatically think that's the same thing, but instead of being like, oh, I really want that, that's going to drive me, the lust of eyes thing. We are constantly driven by things and to have the things that we see, instead of being constantly driven to run to the Father, right? And then pride of life is that I want to continually build myself up instead of build up the Father. Like that's my goal, is for me to be built up in this life instead of me building up the Father in this life. Make sense? And all of that is passing away. So Deuteronomy. So there's a few examples of pride of how it's used. If a matter arises which is too hard for you to judge, between degrees of guilt or bloodshed, between one judgment or another, or between one punishment or another, matters of controversy within your gates, you shall arise and go up to the place which the Lord your God chooses. And you shall come to the priest, the Levite, to the judge there in those days, and inquire of them, and they shall pronounce upon you the sentence of judgment. You shall do according to the sentence which they pronounce upon you in that place which the Lord chooses. You shall be careful to do according to all that they order you, according to the sentence of the law which they instruct you, according to the judgment which they tell you, you shall do. You shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left from the sentence which they pronounce upon you. Now the man who acts presumptuously and will not heed the priest who stands to minister there before the Lord your God, or the judge, that man shall die. And you shall put away the evil from Israel, and all the people shall hear and fear, and no longer act presumptuously. Same word for pride is presumptuously. So what is it? So whenever the priest comes, you bring to a judgment, and they say, I don't want that judgment. I don't think the judgment's right. I'm going to do it my own way. So a lot of times we think of pride as being someone who's just like, yeah, I'm good, look at me. But it's in the same sense. Someone can be very humble, but in the same sense, if they can't listen to correction, then they're prideful. So we'll go on. Deuteronomy 18. And the Lord said to me, what they have spoken is good. I will raise up for them a prophet like you among the brethren, and will put my word in his mouth. He shall speak to them all that I command him. And it shall be that whoever will not hear his words, which he speaks in my name, I will require of him. So these are talking about a prophet unto Moses. This is Moses talking. He's going to send a prophet in his name. He's talking about Yeshua. But the prophet who presumes to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, who speaks in the name of other gods, that prophet shall die. If you say in your heart, how shall we know the words which the Lord has not spoken? When a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, the thing does not happen or come to pass. That is a thing which the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken presumptuously. You shall not be afraid of him. I don't know if y'all seen that inside y'all's walk on after the Messiah. Y'all seen all kind of people who say tons of stuff and it doesn't come to pass. That person's prideful. Because that person said, oh, I hear God. I know this is God. I know this is right. I've studied all Scripture, and I can tell you, I've looked all through it, and this is right. I've seen that tons of times. But then it's wrong. They're prideful. So then we can notice it and say, okay, I'm not going to be scared of that. This is one of my favorite verses in Scripture, but I hadn't really got it. It says, if you have run with the footmen, and they have wearied you, then how can you contend with horses? If in the land of peace in which you trusted, they wearied you, then how will you do in the flood pains of the Jordan? For even your brother, the house of your father, even they have dealt treacherously with you. Yes, they have called a multitude after you. Do not believe them, even though they speak smooth words to you. And I guess I'll probably be one of those verses that using the verse in his own way. It's not the original intent. But whenever I was going through this and trying to contemplate on what the Father was showing me, it's like, why would you use the word for pride there? Why would you use that word there? And it was just like, okay, we think that the hardest part that we do, the hardest part of sin, or the toughest things that we're going to deal with is that it's going to be maybe giving up something, something in our life. But here's that you did all these things, But when you come to the floodplains, when it comes to the pride, that is going to be the hardest thing that you deal with. So you think you can deal with this, wait till you get the pride. And so many times that's what happens. Those great men of God that you see, who dealt with all this other small sin, what gets them? Pride. So a lot of times we might get all this knowledge, and we might get all this stuff, but what ends up getting us is our pride. It's when we start building up ourselves and saying, oh, I know it. I finally got it. So Nehemiah, another example. But after they had rest, they again did evil before you. Therefore you left them in the hand of their enemies. So they had dominion over them. Yet when they returned and cried out to you, you heard from heaven, and many times you delivered them according to your mercies, and testified against them, that you might bring them back to your law. Yet they acted proudly, and did not heed your commandments, but sinned against your judgments, which even if a man does, he shall live by them. And they shrugged their shoulders, stiffened their necks, and would not hear him. So what is this? So anytime that we hear the judgments of God, so before it's like if you're having correction, it's pride. So here it's just when we say, okay, Father, your law, your commandments, that's too hard for me. That can't be right. That's too old-fashioned. Then we're saying, well, we know more than you, Father. And that's why when you talk to a lot of people, and that's what you get. That's the main sin that a lot of us go face when we're talking to people. Say, no, that's not right. What you're doing is not right. It's pride. Because they say, well, I know better than His Word says. So continue on with the verse. It says, yet for many years you had patience with them, and testified against them by your Spirit and your prophets. Yet they would not listen. Therefore you gave them to the hands of the people of the land. Nevertheless, in your great mercy, you did not utterly consume them, nor forsake them, for you are God, gracious and merciful. So that just that one reminder, you might see pride in people. You don't have to bring on punishment to them. He's going to lead them into the nations. But then He also, nevertheless, in your great mercy, you do not utterly consume them, nor forsake them, for you are God, gracious and merciful. He's also a merciful God. So there's no need for us to bring judgment on someone because we see pride in their life. We let the Father bring them to the nations, and we also understand we're going to pray for them and say, okay, please have mercy on these people so that they can come back. So 1 Timothy, this one, had to fill this one in. This is the faithful saying, if a man desires to be in a position of bishop, or essentially to be overseer is another word to be used, he desires a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, a husband of one wife, temperate, sober-minded, a good behavior, hospitable, able to teach, not given to wine, not violent, not greedy for money, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not covetous, one who rules his own house well, having his children in submission with all reverence. For if a man does not know how to rule his own house, how will he take care of the church of God? Not a novice. Lest, being puffed up with pride, he falls into the same condemnation of the devil as the devil. Moreover, he must have a good testimony among those who are outside, lest he fall into reproach in the snare of the devil. So the one piece here is, this is why the devil went from being the right hand of God, being the one who is the helper of God, to being the enemy, being the adversary. It's because he had pride. He said, well, I can do this in my own strength. I can have people follow me. And that's why the devil was let go. So that's why pride is such a hard thing, and it's the one thing I think we have to guard up against almost more than anything. The devil, the one who saw God, fell because of pride. And that's why I think he mentions it here in a place of leadership, because you also see it's often people in leadership who fall to pride. So here's a few things that just warning the pride in Proverbs. When pride comes, then comes dishonor. But with the humble is wisdom. So that first thing we talked about in Obadiah, what came? So they had pride and they brought dishonor. Through insolence or pride comes nothing but strife. But wisdom was with those who received counsel. So the same thing I said before. So the people who couldn't receive counsel, they were prideful. Proverbs just proves it again. Pride goes before destruction, and haughty spirit before stumbling. Easy enough? So we think, well, do I have pride today? So these are acceptable prides. We just think that we say, hey, that's okay to be prideful about that, right? And the first thing is accomplishment. I can go and I can score a touchdown, flex my muscles. Yeah, I did it. That's okay, right? I can do that. I can show my own strength. But that's pride. I'm still building up myself. I'm building the Father. Oh, my team. This is, hit Nathan hard with this one. I worked at the university for 5 years and went there for, 8 years of my life in some capacity. And then I would break them, all these other places, so I could build my team up. And what did I do? I separated out many people, and I pushed them away because I had pride in my university, which, it hurt my witness to them. So a lot of times we don't think this is a worldly thing. And we think, oh, yeah, I'm just doing this. This is separate from God. My worldly and my godly are separate. But it's not. Like me having pride in this separates me from helping other people. In my company, we do that all the time. Oh, they suck. That business is no good. Not saying that we can't warn someone about a business that gives bad service. But we have a competitor. We constantly break that down. I'm never going to be a witness to that competitor. I'm never going to. Because I put something between me and him. In my denomination, of course, we are the best. Hebrew roots, we got it all. I think in Hebrew roots, in this walk, our biggest problem is our pride. And we want to have the gift as well as the knowledge. We want to have the gifts and the knowledge. And I don't think we're going to see the gifts of God until we can lose that pride. Because he says, look, I've showed you so much information. I've given you a bunch, and I trust you with that. But right now, you're holding up people's heads and just killing them. And we got to lose that. And then in my political party, oh man, how many times we as a church, all around, all churches, we have separated the country from each other. That I cannot come and witness to people because I like this person and you like this person, and that means nothing. Nothing. When I'm building up my political party in separating these brothers out, that's pride. I have to lose that. It cannot be about that. Our hearts have to be about the Father. So I was going along, I had to tie it back to Jacob and Esau. When Jacob first says Jacob cooked a stew and Esau came from the field and he was weary. Does everyone know what story this is from? Way back, a few weeks back, Esau was hungry, he was out hunting, came in, and this is when Jacob saw his birthright. So Jacob said, oh, well, I cooked this stew for you. And then he said, I'll give you some for your birthright. And, I would never probably have looked at this if it wasn't for somehow me going to Obadiah this week when I shouldn't have. But Jacob, his pride, he used to build up himself. He said, okay, yeah, I got this one, I'm good at it, and I'm going to take it from you. And what happened? Esau hated him. For the rest of his life, Esau hated him. So when we go here, when Jacob is going back, he's going back to the land. It says, and he arose that night and took his 2 wives, his 2 females, and his 11 sons, and crossed over the ford of Jabbok, and took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over what he had. And Jacob was left alone, and men wrestled with him until the breaking of day. And now when he saw that he did not prevail against him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint, and he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaks. And he said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. So he said to him, what is your name? He said, Jacob. You would think, why did he have to ask him his name? Like, why did he have to ask Jacob his name? Most of us believe this is Yeshua. Why did he have to ask him his name? He knew his name. What was Jacob's name? What did it mean? You may know? Disclaimer. So, his name was based off of him taking his brother's birthright. Because when he first came, he's grabbing his foot. He's reminding him of his name, of what his character is. And he said, your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel. For you have struggled with God, with man, and have prevailed. Then Jacob asked, saying, tell me your name, I pray. And he said, why is it that you ask my name? And he blessed him. So it's like, you don't need to know my name. And because he already knew who he was. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. So we go back to this. So Jacob, he first used his pride to take away something, And then here, right before he's going to go meet his brother, God does something. So one, he changes his name, which anyone know what it means whenever you have a change of name? So like if we're praying, when it says in the New Testament, anything you ask in Jesus' name, he will give to you, right? So everyone thinks that, in Jesus' name, give me this Ferrari. They think they're going to get the Ferrari, right? That's not what it means. It means anything you ask in the character of Yeshua, then he'll give to you. So in the same sense here, when he changed his name, he was saying, this is a change of your character. Before you're a splinter, now you're someone who's struggling with God. And then the other thing he does, he changes his walk. He goes and he hits his hip, and then now, instead of being someone who can walk in his own strength, he's someone who is weak, walks with a limp, right? So before, he goes and he steals his brother's birthright through his pride, and here he's about to go meet his brother, he has a new name, and a new walk. So then Esau said, what do you mean by this company which I met? He said, these are to find favor in the sight of my Lord. But Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself. And Jacob said, no, please. If I have not found favor in your sight, then receive my present from my hand. Inasmuch as I have seen your face, as though I have seen the face of God, and you are pleased with me. Please take my blessing that is brought to you, as God has dealt graciously with me, because I have enough. So he urged him and took it. And Esau said, let us take our journey, let us go, and I will go before you. But Jacob said to him, my Lord, know that the children are weak, and the flocks and the herd which are nursing are with me. And if the men should drive them hard one day, all the flocks would die. Please let my Lord go on ahead before his servants, and I will lead on slowly at a pace which the livestock that go before me, and the children are able to endure, until I come to my Lord and see her. But Esau said, now let me leave with you some of the people who are with me. But he said, what need is there? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day on his way to see her. And Jacob journeyed to Succoth, built himself a house, and made a booth for his livestock. Therefore the name of the place was called Succoth. So here, we see that Jacob, he had pride. He used his pride to get his birthright of his brother. And then we come back, and then God humbles him. He gives him a new name and a new walk. And what does he do? He restores the birthright. He blesses his brother this time. You see the difference? So us, what can we learn? One, we know we have all been given a new name. We have all been given a new identity, a new walk, and then we also have been given a different walk. Instead of going to people in pride, we should be going to people humbly with a limp. So then, what should we have pride in? What should we boast about? It says, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be on my mouth. My soul shall make its boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his holy name.